Before your next prospect calls you, they may have already asked AI about your company. What do you do? Are you the right partner? Why are your prices so low? Can you actually help them improve their results? What questions should they ask when they meet with you? Today, we're running that exact experiment on our own businesses. We're asking AI the questions a real buyer might ask about I.D.E.A. Cleveland and Viking sales consultants. And we want you to do the same with your company, because your first sales call may not be the buyer's first conversation about you. Let's find out what AI is telling them about us. Hey everyone, Inman of I.D.E.A. Cleveland. I am the marketing guy.
And hey, I'm Viking with Viking Sales Consultants, and I'm the sales guy.
So, this is an experiment we want you to do as well. So, open up Chrome, log out of everything. So it does not know who you are when you're doing this. All right? What was your first thoughts, Vic, when you heard about this crazy experiment and the idea I wanted to do?
I was a little terrified because I only recently made some significant changes to my website. And me being the sales guy and not the marketing guy, there isn't as much of a, what's the word? Yeah, digital footprint. What do you marketing people say? So I was worried that it might get the facts wrong. So that's my fear, Chris, is like, what does it think that it knows about me?
But this is a good experiment for both ends. So now so if you think about it, this is going to teach us if our marketing that we're putting out there is right, if that's actually accurate. And number two, what our people are asking about us, and what information should we be creating for our marketing materials too. So I think this is going to help out a lot of businesses.
I have a question first though, Chris. I mean, you're making an assumption that people are using AI to research businesses. Is that a thing? Is that the way people are doing it?
Well, I know in my life, maybe I overuse AI, but let's say they're not using AI. Let's say they're going to your website. Let's say they're checking out your LinkedIn. Using AI in this manner speeds up the process because we're going to get the answers if they actually did that. Once we get into this, you're going to start seeing that AI jumped on our LinkedIn and jumped on our website, and that's how it forms some of its opinions about us. So even if they're not using AI then becomes that person that's manually doing this work as well. Question 1, this is the first question I asked. What can you tell me about Chris Inman and I.D.E.A. Cleveland? Now, it gave me Chris is a veteran video marketing expert, content strategist, and the founder of I.D.E.A. Cleveland. All right, that's simple. Now, they also went into deeper and they started talking about how I used to work with the Cleveland Clinic and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's kind of interesting. So it kind of gave some of my background as well. I know that is on my website. So I think that's where they got that info. Now, about I.D.E.A. Cleveland, I have an about section on my website. So I'm hoping this is where they found this. And this is also, this is where spot on. I target companies that are 5 to 20 employees, strategy over vanity, content repurposing, no fluff execution, using the platforms and repurposing. And then at the end it says, for more information and site, click for my website or click for my LinkedIn profile, which for me, it'd be great if it also had my YouTube in here. At the very least, I know it's sending them the 2 places that I spend a little bit of time developing the company brand.
Well, I want to comment that after that, because you shared with me what you're reading from, of course, it then asked in a user-friendly, like AI is, we all know, it's, hey, how can I help you more? And its how can I help you more question was, this is scary for you, Chris. Hey, are you looking to hire a video marketing agency? Which you're not, right? Or, and then it said some things that still wasn't quite 100% what you are.
So that's what it kind of said about me. Now let's see what it says about Vic. What do you know about Viking and Viking Sales Consultant? Did you read this yet, Vic?
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'll give the Cliff's Notes version.
Yes, please.
So I agree with what it got. I mean, it said I have 30 years of experience in sales leadership and yada, yada. I've generated almost over half $500 million with a B in career sales, and I wrote a book. And then it went into some detail about my background, and it also mentioned something that's very new that I'm trying to think where it got it. That I'm doing sales and training programs through Kent State University's Lifelong Learning. I haven't done that yet, but they announced it. I got tagged on LinkedIn So its crawler, its web is pretty smart, because that wasn't on any of my per se, information. And then it talked about my methodology, and I love that it said things like I avoid generic workbooks, and what I do favor, which is real active sales conversations and building off of somebody's current business pipeline. But then it had the call to action, like, hey, human, do you want me to explore this further? Do you want a link here to workshop training or information about Vic's book? In this case, it didn't seem to want to send somebody somewhere else. So I like that.
I like that. I was impressed that it had about your workshops and your training programs, because oh, interesting. Because you do post about that on LinkedIn, but I don't think that you're building landing pages on your website about those.
No, that's not on there. So it summarized, I think, from multiple sources in the way that you would expect AI to do, probably better than my website does, yes. Right? Because I suck at marketing.
So mine said who my ideal prospect was a company with 5 to 20 employees, without a marketing department, all that. Does yours kind of zero in on who is ideal to work with you on this first answer?
So it does say that I help small to medium business owners move away from relying purely on founder instinct. I don't like that it said random activity, because a founder, a business owner might find that offensive. But I think, it zeroed in that if I was a small to medium-sized business owner, which is who I want to work with, I would read that and go, yeah, my instincts are good. That's how I built the business. I don't love it, but it's not wrong, Chris. It got there.
All right, so we're both I think our summary we both were happy with. If you weren't happy with it, key is now you need to go back to your website. If you see here on this sheet, they actually give you the link here, the Viking Sales Consultant. That's the website and where they got the information. So let's say you don't post on LinkedIn ever, but you post all the time about your juggling business on Facebook. I'm going to use this as an example. The juggling Facebook profile that you've created is taking over your digital brand. So you got to think about hey, I was doing this part-time, or I just do it for fun. Is that really my digital image out there? Because even though Vic at the beginning kind of put out the joke, are people really doing this? I don't know if everyone's doing this. I would think that we should be prepared for this, though, because this is also Gemini, and this is what the Google world believes that we are as well. The key here, though, is if you like what's being said, continue doing what you're doing. If you dislike, you got to go in and you got to fix this. You got to fix your website. You got to fix your LinkedIn profile. You got to fix your social media. You got to fix this stuff, because this is the outward brand that you're putting out there to the world. Like it or not, disagree with it. Unfortunately, this is the truth. So the next question was, can I.D.E.A. Cleveland help me? Is this a good company to partner with? So that was a pretty direct question. And I really liked how they did this. They said yes. First of all, I liked that they said yes. And because I initially, earlier in the chat, they asked me why did I look at this? And I said I was looking to start a YouTube channel. So that's the first thing that I didn't really copy here. But you got to know that Gemini now knows that I'm looking to build a YouTube channel, now that they've read this, the bio. All right. So yes, I.D.E.A. Cleveland. Again, a link to my website and my LinkedIn here pops up. And then they start telling me who they are the perfect fit for, who they are not a good fit for, which Vic and I always talk about. That's very important as well, the ICP. And some community insights and peer trust. They grabbed this quote from a YouTube video that I did. And I interviewed with somebody like a year ago, because this alpha key. So that was a comment on a YouTube video that popped up. Now, I wish that my Google review maybe would have popped up, maybe something from LinkedIn for review, but that was the quote that they put up. The who is a perfect fit, the camera shy business leader. I don't know if I would agree with that, because it's not if you're camera shy, because if you're not comfortable just sitting down having a conversation like Vic and I'm not going to be able to create a YouTube video with you. So that's the first thing I saw that was wrong. Companies lacking an in-house marketing team. That is correct. And efficiency-focused entrepreneurs. So not people that are all over the place, scatterbrained. That's great. I love that. Not a good fit. People that want to be influencer, wannabes. Perfect. I hate those. I'm not ideal for them. And Hollywood production budgets. Yep. This is not a Hollywood production budget between Vic and I, let's be honest. So I really enjoy what this came up. You have any thoughts on mine?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very strong, and I agree with you. As I looked at the camera shy, which if people can't see it, I know it's a small thing. That was like the first thing it went to. And you're trying to attract a business leader. But if they look at that and it scares them away, then it didn't do what you wanted it to do, Chris. I think this is solid. Like, they're still shopping you at this point, right?
Which blew my mind.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at Vic's. All right. Have you looked at this yet, Vic?
Yeah. So
okay, so what stood out for you?
Well, I love the fact that it almost went in an order that I wouldn't have thought. I would have probably started with number 3 because I'm such a science process-oriented person. I would have started talking about my repeatable, scalable system. But it went number 1, no extra homework. And that is something that I think has been buried, not buried, but it hasn't been front page headline material. But I think, let's go with the newspaper analogy. Us of a certain age remember those. If it wasn't the headline, but it was down at the bottom on page 1, and there's an article on page 2, and there's an article on page 4, that's what it did. It said, well, this isn't front page headline stuff, but it is so pervasive to what Vic does that I'm going to lead with that. So it said, if you work with Vic, you're not going to walk away with extra homework. What you're going to get is Vic's going to do the heavy lifting. He's going to get you out of your own way, and you're going to immediately apply, right, what you're taking from the sessions and do it. I love that. But then it got into the system, number 3. I really am proud of the fact that I feel like I've discovered that operating system that underlies all of sales, and I'll put it into a framework. And why is that important? I think for my clients, Chris, not to repeat myself if I've said it before on this podcast, but it gives people a framework, another F word, so that they'll go, oh, I see what I'm doing, or I see what I'm not doing. That's all it is. Kind of like when you're learning a car and then it becomes habit, So, and then I love sell more by selling less. That's my favorite tagline of the day. And I think it is enough out there that it's there. I like this. I love it. And here's what the most important thing, Chris, to wrap up is, if somebody doesn't like any of these things, and certainly all 4, then we're done. And thank you. Like, go find somebody else. I don't mean that in a rude way, but I talk about finding your tribe all the time. If I'm not the person you need in your team, go somewhere else. Like, I don't know. Does that sound rude, Chris? But
no, 100%. And what I loved about this too is your 4 Fs. Just because, let's be honest, we know each other. We're not strangers. That's your 4 Fs.
It nailed it.
And that they nailed your system. And so if anybody's like, oh, what's the system? Oh, it's a repeatable 4F system. Oh, that's cool. Focus, funnel, foundation. Like, you really dig in and you're like, all right, this is what I'm getting. Why choose you when you're doing this for yourself? And they're not giving you the 3 to 4 reasons that you're a better option than your competitors, and they don't see the difference, we got a problem. If they're saying the same thing over and again, or like, oh, they give the lowest prices, or if they're giving answers that you're like, oh man, that doesn't make me sound like the best option, then maybe you need to go back and think about your marketing materials. All right. And that all comes down to the sales. Like, what are those 4 things, these 4 bullet points? These are the things that happen in a sales conversation. This 500 million, even though Vic wants to downplay it, that adds trust, right? So these are the things. All right. So what we got next? All right. Now the next 2 questions, I made a question for each one of us. The next question I get all the time: Chris, why are you so cheap? Which is funny for me to say, but because my website actually has the page, my price on it, I just threw the price in there. So, is there anyone else that would be better for $6.99 per month? So I literally said, hey, what can you do better for $6.99 per month? So I love this. If you need pitching and graphic elements, it actually tells you some other options, the advantages of using the other options, but the catch, why you might not want to use them. Then they created this ultimate trade-off chart here too. If you want video editing, it's included in mine, it's included in theirs. All right. SEO strategy, included in mine, not included in theirs. Fractional marketing advice, included in mine, not included in theirs. Local personal touch, included in mine, not included in theirs. So it's amazing how, once again, the reason for using me, I love their little chart that they created here for me. And the verdict, if you already know exactly what your audience is searching for, have your scripts written and simply need someone to chop up the footage, use tools like they offer. However, if you're looking for a partner to look you in the eye and analyze your business goals, map out your pipeline, and keep your accountability to a lead generation framework, it's incredibly rare to find fractional marketing advisory coupled with execution for $6.99 a month in a specific category idea Cleveland. It's tough to beat. So
I love it.
That is an amazing testimonial. And which is great because the people that do just want the editing, they're not ideal clients for me anyway. I wanted to actually help you and give that fractional advice. So is there anyone better in Vic's price point for me to work with? Oh, I did do the price one with you. Perfect. No one in Northeast Ohio matches Vic's specific blend of field experience and custom execution at his low barrier price point. And I don't even know if you even publish your prices.
No, and now I'm wondering if I should, but here's why. I don't hate this, but I don't want anything that's misleading, right? None of us do, or a bait and switch. But if you read this right, it is accurate. We can always count on AI to garbage in, garbage out. And in this case, it wasn't garbage, but what it got in, it put out. It says specifically, when looking at his group workshops, which it must have found an advertisement, an older one, because the price point's about $100 off, but it said for $600 you get 4-hour sessions. But full disclosure, people, that is not what I charge for what I mostly do, which is my one-on-one sessions. It's a different price point. So I think, Chris, please advise me, but why wouldn't I put my pricing, make it published pricing online? Because it is the same. My advertised pricing, I only go lower, I don't go higher. I might as well put what the book rate is, say up to, or I don't know, whatever.
Yes. This is a great debate that a lot of people have that I have a very strong opinion.
Let's talk. Let me hear then.
I believe that people, when they go shopping, price is a part of it. Mm-hmm. And if you have a flat rate price, this is the rate to do one-to-one with Vic. There's a price for me to do, the one service that we try to provide. And if there's just that one little package that you're already selling, why don't you just tell the world what the price is?
Yeah.
Why do you have to have someone email you, contact you, work it all out to try to figure that price out? Whenever price is a mystery, I feel as though that's when people don't want to buy.
I think
or move into the next level of conversation, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No, you're good.
I love this because everything that it says is pretty darn accurate, because then it goes to compare my group sessions to, boot camps at National Corporate, which doesn't have a quote because it's probably a website like you described, where you're going to have to go, well, contact me. And then you're going to get all those questions, how many people do you have? What are you looking at? So I don't know. I don't love this, but this is because this is the bet I made, and now I got to lay in it. I don't have my pricing out there. It gave the best answer with the information that it could. This is a good exercise, Chris. I think I'm going to go post my pricing and make sure it's worded appropriately, because it is maybe a range, maybe it's an up to. I don't know. I'm open to ideas, or I'll give it thought. But yeah, this would not scare anybody away. I look at it as, is somebody going to stop the process here? No, they're going to call me. They just may get that's for your group? Well, how much is a one-to-one? Yeah, it's a lot more. It's not a lot more. No, it's a lot more. I'll just say it.
Yeah, it's a lot more. But that's fine, though. But yes, so now hey, maybe that's something. And this is the whole process here that we're going through. This is great. I love that we're learning things. But this is where I ran. Why is I.D.E.A. Cleveland so inexpensive? I wanted to share this because this was unique. It's actually interesting how they keep. So it is considered highly effective for its target audience because, and it goes into this whole description, and then it talks about low local real estate, 10% cheaper in Cleveland, and scope and discipline, how every client is the same and it's not a la carte, and how everybody works with me. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. The one-to-many repurposing framework, which I talk about that all the time, and rejecting Hollywood over. I was like, oh, cool. So even if someone asks, why am I cheap? That pops up now too. So I was happy with that.
I have a question for you, Chris.
No, yeah, go.
So it says in here, and sorry, I'm trying to look at it on my
No,
end.
you're good.
How they keep pricing low, asynchronous, meaning non-synchronous, dashboard, and queue. Do you use that language somewhere? Or
no,
okay.
That is very large jargon that I would never use.
So here's what's interesting. I think I'm learning what the best use of this exercise for me, and maybe this is a similarity for you, is what you're not saying enough, because AI is going to fill in the gaps. So it went and created language for something that it thinks it was somewhere in there that it was drawing these conclusions, or it wouldn't be saying it. I trust that much. And because you didn't brand it, to use that word, it had to create a language. And the end result is that doesn't tell anything. So that could be an AI problem you can't fix. But if that is something that you want people to know about you, then you better go post about it or put it on your website in a better way.
On your website,
right?
Yes.
Because that sucks. Asynchronous dashboard. Oh, I've been looking for an asynchronous dashboard my whole life. There's exactly what nobody ever, right? So
said no one ever. All right. So can Vic help my close rate? All right. Yes. All right. Let's move on from here. Now, did you review this one, Vic?
So no, this one we're going to be looking at it.
All right. Good. So I thought this was very interesting. Number one, filtering out ghost prospects early.
Oh,
the focus step.
Yeah.
I know. And so if you notice, they actually went through all your steps, at least 3 of them here, when they answered this question.
Yeah, so I can't argue with that. I say a lot that most of the times you're getting ghosted. See, and again, I didn't give it the best language, so it tried. Filtering out ghost prospects, that means a prospect that ghosts you is a better way of saying it. And that's a pain we've all had, right, and do. It is saying that I'm going to fix that. So you don't even have to read the small print underneath it. And that's 100% true. Now, how I do it, I guess it does say it. It's like we're going to qualify better. And walking away from low probability deals early allows your team to pour 100% of their energy into prospects who are an exact fit. I can't argue with that conclusion. If somebody stops reading there, but I don't know. I don't love it. So we're getting weaker and weaker. And I don't know what that means, Chris. The more questions you ask, the more it falls apart. What does it mean?
Well, here's the deal. You probably don't talk about close rates on your website.
I don't.
You don't have blogs about it. It's not really something you talk about on YouTube or anything, which is funny because they actually in here, they have some other YouTube links to other people's YouTube channels. So I was very interested in why they did that. Like,
yeah, I don't like that.
Fix, and I get this YouTube Chaz. So I think what we're learning though is AI has lost its ability to gather this information about Vic from Vic.
But it's a gap because you asked a perfectly reasonable question that you guessed probably correctly that people would want to ask. It's not a language I speak. And you and I've had conversations before where I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I'm like, I don't think about close rates because if you are really highly targeting, it's not a close rate. It's more of a from this step in the process, it's like almost 100%. So, but saying that's difficult. So again, it's another gap, Chris. I need to go put in my website in simple language that even a machine can understand. That's smart.
Even a machine.
That it's going to go, yeah, Vic's going to fix your close rates by going upstream. That's what I wanted to say.
There you go. Which is good. Now we're learning what Vic needs to do on his website. Yeah. Okay. Now, what? Now this is the one that I really thought was fun. What questions should I ask during our sales meeting? Now, Vic doesn't really have a sales meeting. I probably don't really have a sales meeting with people either. There's a conversation, but maybe our prospects consider it a sales meeting. More importantly, what should they be asking us? All right. So right now, basically, these are the questions that we both need to create content about.
Yeah, because it should know the answer. Like you and I can answer question 1. It's saying, hey, what's the monthly volume cap for this price point? Chris, tell everybody what the answer is.
unlimited.
That's it. That should be.
And there it is. And they say, why ask? You need to know exactly how many long form videos you will need to edit. Like, it tells you why.
But it's not telling you the answer that's already there, which is, it should say you're getting it all. But no, it's prompting a little doubt is how I'm reading it. I mean, it's a great question to go ask, but I don't like that only because your answer, you lead with that a lot, Chris. Why isn't it?
I do.
Why isn't it on here?
So apparently, I don't say that enough.
There you go.
In my digital world.
Very interesting. We don't say, this is what it is, because I see this a lot when I'm coaching. We get inside our heads and we do the whole, well, that goes without saying. That phrase will murder us all on the digital landscape. Like nothing can go without saying. Say it, right?
Say it. So honestly, I feel like I should just take these questions right now and create a frequently asked landing page on my website.
There you go.
And just answer them.
Yeah. Or if you want to do some social media, this is a month's worth of content right there on this page.
Yes. And I think that's the key here. Now let's see what questions it wants to ask Vic. Testing the done with you promise.
I don't even know
based on our
means done with you.
Based on your conversation today, what specific sales assets like messaging guides and scorecards do you anticipate building for us between the first few sessions? So it seems like they're expecting a lot from you.
I get it. Actually, that is true. And I do the heavy lifting, and it says that. I just am caught up again on the done with you, and I can get over that because if I actually read on. But I'm a headline reader, aren't we all? I think everybody's a skimmer.
That's why they're making it bold and big.
Yeah. So testing the done with you promise, I guess if they do the same thing I do and go, what does that mean? Then great. Bring these questions because I'm going to tell you, kind of like what Chris did, people, it's an unlimited. Yeah, you need a tool? I already have it. I'm going to customize it for you pretty easily. Tailoring to your specific close rate.
Yeah, I love this. The next one, our deals tend to stall out right after the insert your bottleneck proposal, blah, blah, blah. Looking at your 4F system, how will it diagnose? They're basically asking a very direct question of how you're going to help them with their problem.
Yep.
So once again, I think we both hit the jackpot here when it comes to frequently asked questions, right? Having this type of thing. A lot of people do a lot of different things with it, but I think that's what I do. So what have you learned by me running this experiment with you?
So I learned two things that jump out at me. One is the gaps, as I've already said. There are gaps that, it's obvious. Doing this kind of exercise, and I think most important if somebody does it, Chris, is getting the persona of a potential buyer like you did and ask some follow-up questions. Because as we demonstrated, that's where I saw some enormous gaps of things that go without saying or that I need to say in a different and better way. And I think we've concluded we can fix it on our website, right? For the people like me that are a little less marketing heavy on social media and that sort of thing. It's not like we have to go, if we were Kraft macaroni and cheese, like, okay, we got to spend $10 million on the next advertising campaign. I don't think we have to do that. Just fix our website. Yeah. And like you said, take all this and make a frequently asked question. And even if nobody reads it, the robots are reading it, as I like to say. My other takeaway, Chris, is that I'm thinking of one client who, I brag a lot to you that, hey, if you're doing it right, top of the funnel, you know exactly who your ideal client is. You meet each other and they go, where have you been my whole life? And I say to them, you too. And it just drops. And that happens. That is a pattern I see and I guide my clients towards. However, that's the ideal. 20%, the 80-20 rule. The ones, and I'm thinking of one person in particular who really, relatively speaking, at least had a lot of questions and I know did research. And they're the only person I've had in the last 2 years who said, can I talk to one of your clients? And I said, sure. Here, I got a text from one just now. You want to talk to him? It's kind of random. And, that kind of thing. And it worked. But here's my point, Chris, is that person, this is what we just did. And I think that it still holds up, but I can do better. Because I think they're going to ask the questions that are going to make you go, I don't really understand, but okay, I'll answer that. And then what it means is it's that, why are you asking that question? It's like so fundamental. Like, are you missing the big picture? But that's what researchers do. Like, so if I go to this store of yours called Target, so Is this a place I'm going to be able to find? That's what the equivalent of the question is. Does that making sense, Chris? That's what my takeaway is. But you have to do that. You better have the Google map embedded on your target website so they can find your store.
Yes. So I hope that if you watched this video, you made it this far with us, that take some of these questions, jump on Gemini, jump on chat, whatever you want to do. I don't care which AI you use, let's be honest. But find out what others think about you. And that's ultimately the goal. Because if you read your website, you're going to read it and you just get what your opinion is. But if AI reads it, that's how somebody else is reading it. And I think that's the key, is you're getting a fresh set of eyes on your marketing materials and your digital footprint out there. So I hope you use this little exercise for your own advantage. And I'd love to hear how it helped you out and what you discovered.